Hey travelers, this is Kelly from realworldtravelers.com, and before we get started with this video, I just want to remind you to check out our daily Malaysia vlogs along with our other Asia videos. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the top 10 foods in Malaysia that you need to try on your trip. Of course, these are our own personal opinions and your experiences might completely differ from ours. But with all of that out of the way, let's get started. Like many of our other trips around the world, we did our research when finding what food to eat in Malaysia. Because the country has such a broad mix of Malay, Chinese, and Indian cultures, there are so many different food options that make it really hard to decide which ones are the best. We spent 8 days in peninsular Malaysia visiting Kuala Lumpur, Melaka, and Georgetown, Penang. Each city was famous for unique and particular dishes, but we were able to find a lot of the same cuisine in each one. These cities are arguably the most visited destinations when touring the country, and we only wish we had more time to see other cities and experience their delicious eats. Here is our list of the top 10 foods you need to eat when you visit Malaysia. As always, we're going to start with an honorable mention. So our first and only honorable mention for this video is calamansi juice. We're actually starting off our list with something we had in Singapore, but we're sure it's also available in Malaysia. Because of this, it's only an honorable mention. This unique citrus is a cross between a lime, a lemon, and an orange. Used for flavoring seafood and accenting other dishes, we couldn't pass up the opportunity to have a cup full of fresh squeezed calamansi juice. The sweet and sour fruit went perfect with our dinner and was so refreshing that we had to get a refill. We got ours from a lapasat hawker stall in Singapore for around only 2 Singapore dollars. If you have the opportunity to try this delicious thirst quencher, do not pass it up. Now let's get into our top 10. Number 10, asam laksa. This hot and sour soup does not mess around with its bold flavors. I had a bit of trouble finishing my bowl because of the roundhouse kick of spice that it took to my taste buds and its intimidating size. Inside each bowl is a mixture of noodles, shredded fish, vegetables, and spicy shrimp paste. It's all drenched in their signature and spicious broth. If you're a fan of spicy food, this is one dish that you should not overlook when you go to Malaysia. We got our bowl in Airy Tom, just outside of Georgetown, Penang. It's a short ride by Uber from the city center and is a great dish to have before you explore Kek Lok Si Temple. One bowl only costs 5 Malaysian ringgits and was more than enough for one person. You might even be able to split a bowl between 2 people depending on how hungry you are. Number 9, tandoori chicken with naan. This was not our first time having tandoori chicken or naan, however, this was arguably one of the best Indian meals we've ever had anywhere. Though not the first thing you think of when you think Malaysian food, there's no denying Indian cuisine has a huge presence in the country. During our time in Melaka, we ate tandoori chicken at Pak Putra restaurant. Their tandoori chicken was served fresh, hot, and oozing with flavor. They also serve piping hot naan flavored with a variety of different toppings that complement the tandoori chicken perfectly. Our total meal of tandoori chicken with naan and a mango lassi came to 40 Malaysian ringgits. We highly recommend checking out this establishment on your visit to Malaysia. It's just a short walk from city center. Number 8, Char Kway Chow. When I first saw this dish, I was expecting the same flavor profile as one of my favorite Thai dishes, Pad Thai. But appearances can be deceiving, and in this case, it was for the better. We watched as the master street chef combined shrimp, egg, noodles, and a few mystery spices in a wok that can only be described as seasoned. It was smoky, spicy, and downright delicious. The humble presentation combined with our roadside setting made for an unforgettable experience. We ate Char Chow at Kimberley Street Night Market in Georgetown, Penang, and specifically sought out this particular street vendor because we had seen him cook with fellow YouTuber Trevor James. Our meal with egg only cost 5.3 Malaysian ringgits, making for a light snack as part of our food crawl. This dish can also be found in other parts of Malaysia, so if you see a place that looks good, you shouldn't pass it up. Number 7. Durian, mangosteen, and other exotic fruits. The variety of exotic fruits in Malaysia is a thing of beauty. From the typical king and queen fruit, durian and mangosteen, to the lesser known snake fruit and longan. There's also the more commonly known lychee and rambutan, found with bananas, coconuts, and mangoes. When visiting Malaysia, eating these delicious fruits should be high on your to-do list. They are super fresh and super affordable. You can find vendors selling fresh fruits and fruit drinks or juices in any city across the country. Of course, when consuming fruits from other countries, always be careful to make sure the fruit is being prepared fresh. Sometimes this doesn't cause any issues, but it's always better to err on the side of caution. Number 6. Nasi Kandar. It was after watching Anthony Bourdain, Mark Wiens, and Trevor James eat Nasi Kandar that we knew this was a must-eat when we visited Penang. The name Nasi Kandar comes from the olden days when hawkers would carry rice meals balanced on two ends of a kandar pole. Although things are done differently nowadays, one thing that hasn't changed is that it's delicious. We ate Nasi Kandar 2 separate times. The first time was at Line Clear in Georgetown, Penang, and it was actually kind of lackluster. But having heard so many rave reviews about this cuisine, we knew we had to try it again. Our second experience was at Tajuddin Hussain Restaurant in Georgetown's Little India. It was a much better experience with friendly service and delicious food. We ate fried chicken, vegetables, different curries, and roti, costing us only 30 Malaysian ringgits. It was after this experience that we jumped on the Nasi Kandar bandwagon and can confidently add this to our list of top 10 foods. Number 5. Hogan Mia. One of our last meals in Malaysia, this is something we wish we had tried more of. This dish can be prepared in 3 different ways, and your opinion might change depending on where you order it. The type we got in Georgetown's New Lane food stall was a delicious soup packed with spicy, shrimpy goodness. The broth was rich, the noodles were perfectly cooked, and the shrimp taste was sweet yet not overpowering. Topped with an egg, fried shallots, and a small spoon of sambal, we had no problem finishing this hefty bowl of soup. Our bowl also included slices of pork, which added an extra layer of meatiness and helped create those signature oil bubbles that we love. One bowl of Hogan Mia at New Lane costs 4.5 Malaysian ringgits and is perfect for any hungry traveler or 2 people willing to share. Number 4. Herb mutton soup. Doing some research in advance, we looked up quality, lesser-known restaurants in Melaka. It was on a random website that we found Heng Hong Ting Ki Restaurant. This place specializes in a dish we'd never had, but sounded absolutely mouth-watering. With fall-off-the-bone mutton and a soup broth that tastes like it had been simmering for days, this herb mutton soup was out of this world. The restaurant is very humble, and the Chinese family serving the food were both kind and hospitable. At only 42 Malaysian ringgits, we were able to get 2 bowls of soup and a side of steamed greens. We enjoyed our meal on a wet and rainy day, which always makes for good soup weather. Located just a short walk from central Melaka, this dish is a must-eat when you visit. Number 3. Pandan flavored desserts. Prior to visiting Malaysia, we knew absolutely nothing about pandan. I had no idea if it was a fruit, a vegetable, or an herb, but now having eaten so many different and delicious foods flavored with it, I can't recommend it enough. Pandan is actually a type of tree that's grown in Southeast Asia, and it's the leaves that are used for flavoring a variety of different dishes. Even though it's found in savory dishes and drinks, it's the desserts that really appealed to us. Anytime we were offered a dessert flavored with pandan, we had to try it. It makes for such a unique and delicious flavor while not being overly powerful. It's very subtle but pleasant with a sweet aroma. Some of our favorites were putu bambu, pandan pancakes, apple manis, and a pandan milkshake from McDonald's that we actually had in Singapore. Number 2. Peranakan food. Before our trip to Malaysia, we had never heard about Peranakan food or Baba and Nyonya culture. During our stay in Melaka, we went to one of the most famous restaurants that serves Peranakan food, Nancy's Kitchen. Blending the flavors of both Malay and Chinese cuisine, Peranakan food is unlike anything you've had before. The diverse menu has a wealth of options to choose from, but on our visit, we had some of the essentials. One of our favorite parts of the meal was the ayam buah keluak.
Ayam buah keluak.
A dish with a poisonous nut that tastes like chocolate or truffles. Like us, you may have seen Andrew Zimmern trying this strange nut, which is why we sought it out on our trip. Our entire meal at Nancy's cost only 56 ringgits, or roughly $13 US, and we felt like this was a steal for the amount and quality of food that we were served. Of course, this isn't the only restaurant that serves Peranakan food, but we would highly recommend it to anyone visiting Melaka. This definitely will not be our last time enjoying Peranakan food. And now for our number 1. Number 1 for us has to be Nasi Lemak. No dish is more quintessentially Malaysian than Nasi Lemak. It may look unassuming, but like the old adage goes, it's the simple things in life that bring us the most joy. Comprising of rice, anchovies, chili paste, sliced cucumbers, peanuts, and a boiled egg, this breakfast is filling and delicious while not overdoing it. It's really the rice, however, that's the star of this show. It's steamed in coconut milk or coconut cream with pandan and is often served in a banana leaf. The other components are served on the side, not mixed in with the rice, allowing you to enjoy the subtleties of each ingredient. Sometimes nasi lemak is served with other dishes or curries, but the traditional way is really all you need. We ate nasi lemak multiple times on our trip to Malaysia in every city we visited, and didn't tire of the simple flavors. We've heard it said, if you visit Malaysia but don't eat nasi lemak, then you really didn't visit Malaysia at all. We wholeheartedly agree. So there you have it, our top 10 foods that you need to try when you visit Malaysia. Let us know in the comments below if you agree with this list. Let us know if you would change anything or if you have a different number 1. As always, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe because we put out new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Thank you so much for watching and we will see you next time.